the Roman Catholic Church.
In January.
So very interesting that they're like sticking to like the calendar, like the biblical calendar.
They're following in some aspect the biblical calendar.
Okay, Craig, what is the Rome Call document?
The Rome Call document is the tech giant Cisco Systems that has joined Microsoft and IBM in signing onto a Vatican-sponsored pledge to ensure that AI, or artificial intelligence, is developed and used ethically and to benefit the common good. So everybody has to join in on this, and it's being pushed by the Roman Catholic Church. Cisco Systems Chief Executive Chuck Robbins has signed the document known as the Rome Call and has met privately with Pope Francis, stating that the AI must be designed, used, and regulated to the dignity of all human beings without discrimination in their environments. And so we know from Revelation 13 that there's a mark coming one day, a certification mark, and this is one way this is like the beginning step of pushing that agenda.
I know, it's like just so crazy. You're just like saying, wait, Vatican and AI, what does anything, it's like, what does it have to do with anything, with each other? And yet it explains it, like you said, in the book of Revelation.
And this is coming at the same time as their deadline for digital ID. This is in order to fly. So by May 7th of 2025, you have to have some form of real ID or digital ID in order to fly.
Yeah, so it's just interesting because here we have another 2025. The Rome Call document, which you just talked about, is 2025. And then now the digital ID, which you're talking about now, that their deadline now is May 7th, 2025. Any other thoughts about that?
And I'll emphasize, this thing has been pushed out over and over and over again. So I remember it being 2020, and it's been pushed out for several years. And Donald Trump helped stall that while he was in office. But this is a worldwide, global thing, so one man isn't probably going to slow it down this time around. This concept they have begins in 2025 and beyond. So that's the whole thing. So this transition for digital ID is pretty much global, and then it's forever. So according to these guys. And so we know from the Bible, it says, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or on their foreheads, that no man may buy or sell. Revelation 13, 16 through 17. And you can Google certification mark, ID 2020, and all that information is already verbally being used. And they're waiting for that next pandemic.
Talking about pandemic, what is the Pandemic Preparedness Day? And it's at the end of the year. It's like going right to 2025. But can you explain that?
It's scheduled for December 27th of this year, and the UN has a day designated to prepare for the next pandemic. So that's huge, because we know, based on history, that most of these pandemics come with winter. And so that would be something very interesting to watch. I mean, that includes everything in the past 100 years. You don't get a flu in the middle of the summer, you get a flu in the winter.
And now another 2025 that I was like reading with your research was the biometric payment. What does that have to do with 2025 too?
So JP Morgan and Bank of America are gearing up to launch their broad biometric payment systems that will be made available to all retailers, and to make it available to all U.S. retailers by early of 2025. This will enable shoppers to make purchases without pulling out a physical piece of paper or currency or plastic credit and debit cards. It's a payment system, but using your face. It's also for getting into your bank account, that it's using your face. So Bank of America is already doing that. And I believe JP Morgan's probably right there as well. So there's some companies already implementing this system. Panera Bread is already implementing this system. So you can pay with your face. Also, you pay with your hand already at the Amazon One. You just walk in and pay with your hand. So we already have that system in place.
Right. And then you were saying too that there's professional sports franchises that are already using it too, with this biometric payment. But I mean, of course, that's going to really lead to the digital, everybody being digitized.
Yeah, everybody. And then, so Birch is reporting this, and I actually follow them on Linked. So I get all of his updates on Linked. Once they start, so it's just a matter of time before this technology is installed in all retail stores. and they'll be banning anyone from buying or selling products unless you're among the digitally marked. At that point, we are at Revelation 13.
Okay, right. So again, the biometric payment, they're saying they want to make it available to all U.S. retailers by early next year, by 2025. I mean, 2025, we need to be praying a lot, and but I still believe in the Lord's protection.
Well, just the ability.
So very interesting.